Hi guys, the connections are really starting to take shape in the final part of episode 1. This part is the funniest and probably the most interesting first episode I've ever watched on any dating show. Let's dive into the video. The members were finally settling down to enjoy Chef Chang-hyun's food when they all received a text, just as they were about to dig in. It was their first date task. They had to choose between going to the mart or staying at home. What cracked me up is how fast this group moves. They were already cooking before they even brought their suitcases inside, and was about to start eating before the first task even began. Maybe it's just me, but I'm really intrigued by how fast their pace is. The most interesting part is that Chang-hyun and Jin-young stepped forward to stamp together. These two already have ways of giving each other cues. Jin-young said she wanted to eat pork and Chang-hyun immediately stepped forward announcing he wanted to choose the mart, and I guess because Jin-young was a bit embarrassed, she also announced with a huge smile that she needed pork stew. Check out how she said it.
나 돼지고기 쑥가 필요해.
Guys, I literally fell out of my chair. She's hilarious. She sure knows that the only meat she wanted at that moment was that one next to her, ha ha ha, no pun intended folks. And the way she laughed while saying it took me out, OMG. She stamped her name under his, and everyone else just stood there, watching them get closer. This was how the groups were divided. Jin-young, Chang-hyun, Song-seo and Mi-young will go to the mart. It seemed Mi-young wanted to stay home but wasn't quick enough, so she ended up in the mart group by default. The other members will stay home. The ladies who chose to stay back stamped home because the men they were interested in will remain at home. Another hilarious moment was when Jin-young sprinted to the passenger seat, the moment she realized Chang-hyun was driving. It was too funny. Mi-young, who had been about to sit there, quickly backed off. I still think she might have been a little interested in Chang-hyun, but when she saw the mutual vibes between him and Jin-young, she gracefully stepped aside. Song-seo immediately stamped his name for going to the mart after Jin-young. I believe he did so because he is interested in Jin-young. Another boom moment was when Jin-young touched his shoulder while laughing because she forgot to tell him to turn. She became his navigation voice since he couldn't figure out the car's GPS. Her voice sounded like that of a newscaster. I won't be surprised if she's a news reporter or a teacher. Anyways, she touched him while saying she was sorry, and Mi-young was dying in the back seat, like I bet she's thinking, dang, this girl's flirting game is on 1000. Jin-young and Chang-hyun stayed glued to each other at the mart. They were flirting while looking at the grocery list. The tension was even higher while choosing which pork to buy. Maybe they will be our pork couple, lol. But seriously, their chemistry is electrifying. I can feel it. At this point, I doubt any other member will be able to separate these two, unless job info or child info puts a snag in the relationship. It's just day 1 and I think they're moving too fast. Meanwhile, Song-seo looked like he was about to cry when Chang-hyun barged in on the tiny moment he had to interact with Jin-young. Chang-hyun came in like a bull. The guy is fierce OML. He's definitely not interested in any love triangles when it comes to the woman he was lucky enough to impress. He said it himself that he didn't expect anyone to give him a first impression vote. But I believe now that Jin-young has, he seems ready to stake his claim, haha. Back at the house, Jung Mi-young was sending signals to two guys she was interested in, Hee-young and Si-young. But neither seemed to be feeling it. Something felt off, like they just weren't attracted to her. She is very proactive and energetic. It takes unique Korean men to appreciate a woman like her. She could be perceived as too forward and not gentle enough. Unfortunately, Jung Mi-young's signals kept hitting the wrong target, OMG. Balmain was the one falling in love with her all by himself and I'm here for it. This is hilarious and I can't complain. These were all the connections she sent to him that made him feel like she was falling for him even though she was trying to flirt with others. First, she offered Bauman a Coke because she remembered he doesn't drink alcohol. My guy was blushing just because a lady offered him a cola. OMG. After getting Bauman's soda, she turns to Seung and asks a general question while staring at him, making it obvious that she was interested in him. She asks if he's thought about whom he wants to date. But the guy didn't answer immediately. She offered her own answer, saying she was interested in 2 people. The awkward part is that Seung looked uncomfortable around her, or maybe it's just me. His expression felt off, as if her forwardness wasn't working for him, or maybe he was just shy because she was being too obvious. Since Seung didn't respond, Bauman chimed in, saying the answer varies for each person, since everyone there looked charming. After that, the other ladies spoke up, both saying they had 2 people in mind. Only then did Seung finally mention that he hadn't picked anyone yet because he was still adjusting to everything, which is totally understandable. Not everyone can fall in love based on looks alone, personality matters too. Hee-young also said he wasn't attracted to anyone yet because he was the last to arrive and he thinks he needs more time to talk to get to know everyone. Jongmyeong looked a little disappointed but didn't give up. She leveled up her flirting game with macadamia nuts. OMG guys, I died watching this. Who the heck flirts with nuts, lol? My girl kept cracking the nuts and kept giving them to Seung, who ate them joyously. By the time he received those nuts on a plate, he seemed to be melting. And I thought, maybe this will work after all. Maybe he might begin to like her. Maybe all my initial observations were wrong, and the nuts might just do the trick. After she observed Hee-young a little, she told him he seemed like the quiet type. He agreed, and then he also complimented her that she has the personality of a caring person, since she's been caring for everyone at the table. The look of disappointment on her face when he said that was priceless. I can just imagine her thinking, wait, I was only trying to flirt with a guy and not everyone else, ha ha ha. They told her it was nice of her and she felt better. Right after this, they talked about their MBTI. Bauman is an INFJ, making sure she knew they were similar, that the only difference in hers was the E, since she is ENFJ. He mentioned the men at the table were introverts, which is why they seemed quiet. Then my girl took up her flirtation to a whole new level. She took it to tier 3, ha 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 ha. I'm about to pass out with laughter. She said, honestly, I tend to get along better with guys who are introverts. Then guess who caught her signal again? You guessed it, it was Bauman. OMG, I'm dead y'all. Please pour me some water, I can't wake up. What do we do about this? This situation is getting out of hand. And the funniest part is that in Jongmyeong's confessional, Bauman is not and was never on her radar. She was flirting with Hee-young and Seung, but somehow she kept missing them, and the person she doesn't care about kept catching her signals. This is the literal meaning of throwing your ball into the wrong basket, ha ha ha. I can't stop laughing, OML. In Bauman's confessional, he confidently claimed his intuition is always spot on, and he's sure Jongmyeong is into him. Oh sweet Bauman, bless your heart my guy, if only you knew what's up, ha ha ha. I like how the panel members reacted when he said that.
똥촉이야 똥촉!
그럼 태어나서 처음으로 틀린 건가?
그렇지.
He was blushing so hard, it was so sweet to watch. Just when I thought Jongmyeong was done, I didn't realize she was just getting started. After washing the dishes, she took the chance to chat with Seung, so she asked about his hobbies because they had both discussed they enjoyed exercising, so when he said, I like to eat Korean beef, she immediately responded, I like beef too. And when he said he plays golf, she quickly responded, I have golf clubs. Then he mentioned water skiing, and she immediately said, I like surfing, girl is hilarious. Seung explains he's tried surfing a few times but he prefers water skiing since that's what he is used to. Generally speaking guys, I didn't sense much excitement from him toward her. Maybe he'll warm up in later episodes, but for now, he seems a bit detached. This was obvious when Bauman interrupted, mentioning he's been surfing since he was a kid. Siyun seemed relieved to escape the conversation, while Jongmyeong gave Bauman the look like, "What are you doing here?" She was definitely not thrilled. After Seong left, Bauman kept going on and on about how good he was at surfing when suddenly she cut him off, saying she didn't even like surfing anymore, that it was something she did a long time ago. Guys, I swear I fell off my chair again when I saw this part. She quickly wrapped up the conversation, but oh no, she wasn't done yet, lol. She then pulled out her next move, the neck flirting technique. Grabbing her neck, she casually asked if anyone wanted to go for a walk. What we heard, crickets. No one moved. Seong stayed glued to his seat, and Hee-young just blinked like a robot under a spell. He was unsure of what to do. Finally, Bauman of course stood up and came to her unneeded rescue, lol. The moment he got up, she unintentionally made a hand gesture towards Seong, which suggests to me that she was flustered because Seong didn't get up. She was definitely bummed that she didn't get the chance to really connect with the men she wanted to talk to, but I'm happy for Bauman. He's playing his cards right, and honestly, I hope he sweeps her off her feet eventually. They actually look pretty good together. Seyoung's body language was so telling when she asked to go on a walk. He looked like he wanted to disappear into that chair. He was so stiff and awkward. But the moment she found someone else to go with, you could see the relief wash over him. He relaxed and rested his arms on the table, fully embodying the classic introvert who dodged a social bullet. But she looked backward at him again on her way out, having the look of regret of missing this chance with Seyoung. Finally, Jongmyeong and Bauman took a walk around. During their walk, she told him not to be too polite, that it'll make her feel like an older sister to him. He promised he'll stop. Then he asks her, "What if later you find out I'm older than you?" She pretty much said then you're older, implying it wouldn't make a difference. I guess it doesn't matter to her because she feels no attraction to him. But he concluded that age didn't matter to him either. But something significant happened during their walk. Those bunny figurines that represent the show were just there chilling, when these two put the poor bunnies together to make them kiss. Was this a foreshadowing of what's to come? Are these two going to be kissing much later? OMG. I know I'm just dreaming, but seriously, you'll never know with these shows. She also asked him an interesting question about whom he would choose between someone he likes or someone who likes him. He responded that for now, he'll choose someone he likes, and she agreed, saying she felt the same. The night got a little steamier, even though the love was mostly one-sided. Their walk was just too cute. They talked about exercising, then walked towards their outdoor gym. He asked her to show him how she works out, that it was one of the wishes on his bucket list to work out with his girlfriend, so she obliged by showing him her routine. Bauman kept falling deeper in love with her every move and gesture. Even I fell in love with her. Who can blame Bauman for getting mesmerized by her uniqueness? I also think the reason why she was so free and shined brighter with him was likely because she wasn't trying too hard like she was with Siyun. The fact that she was so laid back with Bauman made her even more captivating. Soon enough, my guy said they should stop since he started sweating, but she wasn't done. She invited him to join her for a 50-minute workout the next morning and even joked she'll show him her abs if he joins her. She's just too funny. Bauman covered his face in shyness as soon as she said that. After she promised to show him her abs the next day, Bauman's head was spinning. On their way back inside, she even lightly rubbed his sweater. At this point I was pleading for her to have mercy on Bauman, because there were so many cute flirtings till they went back inside. I was so happy to see how their walk ended until I saw her with Seong again. She invited him to work out with her the next day, so just like that, I immediately gave up. My imaginary ship for Bauman and her just tanked, lol. By the end of episode 1, here are the potential love connections we're seeing so far. Mi-young and Hee-young. Mi-young kept feeding Hee-young. They were meat flirting when the others were waiting for them to bring the food outside. Chang-hyun and Jin-young. No stories here, their connection is clear as day. Song-seo and Ji-yeon. These two seem like they're connecting quietly, you get a sense of their connection when they were seated outside for dinner. Baemin and Jong-myung. The feelings may not be mutual right now, but we'll see what happens with time. If you're interested in watching this show, with my wonky but good enough subs, I've shared it with this channel on screen. Go watch it there and click CC for subtitles. Thanks for watching, hit the like button and subscribe if you want more content like this. Bye.